Hello all, and welcome back to my channel. And as you can see, I've got the YAMATO back on the table today. So in today's video, let's take this off the stand. I'm going to carry on adding these next 5 planks to the stern that was going to connect into these planking sections here. Okay, so I've got my first plank, and these obviously both chamfered in on both sides. I spent the afternoon a couple of days back just chamfering about 20-30 planks, so I kind of ahead of the game. So the instructions ask us to get this first plank, and we're going to line it. It's going to sit in this little notch from the keel plate. It wants us to get this corner point directly on this edge there. So in this case, we're just going to probably have to rework this a couple of times. That's quite common. I think I'll just try and just lay that edge into there. Kind of roughly mark it up against where it's going to go. And then just kind of roughly mark it. Like I say, we might have to rework it, but that's not an issue. Get it down on this cutting mat. Try and get the sharpest blade I can. I'm running out of really short blades, so I'm going to reuse them, which is not ideal. Now we've scored it flat, we just slightly need to just taper this in. Or chamfer it, I should say. So I'm just going to chamfer along this edge. I'll just check the alignment for the first piece. So I just sanded that section, and that's fitting in there quite nice now. So it's just a case of getting it against this keel plate. Just mark it, and just cut it. Like I say, we've said before, all this is going to get tapered into it. You use sand, so it's going to get smoothed over. So that looks like massively inaccurate, but it's not, because once it's all tapered down, it's just all going to flow together. So we'll get some glue over, get some pins, and get this first one glued and pinned in place. So like I do pretty much every time, I just pre-pin that. I just find it so much easier to kind of pre-pin them first than trying to obviously do it all in one procedure. So it's got the wood glue over. I'm just going to glue up all this section. Don't need to glue up that section, not going that far up. I'm just going to glue this section in first. Pop my pin in ready, bring him across. Get him in nice and tight. Use me pin hammer. So I like to use the pin hammer over the pin pusher. I mean, I use a pin pusher sometimes, but you just get so much more control with a pin hammer. You can just make sure this is all fed down in. Okay, so just leave that to dry 5 minutes, and then we'll come and start pinning this first section in. Okay, so now there's next pin along, but if you kind of look at this plank, and that's pretty much how it should. I mean, that's naturally, that's not having to be bent or twisted or at all. That's just flowing its own natural line to there. So if you're at this stage, if anybody's building this along with me, if you're at this stage and you're having to bend this down or bend it up, or then you've kind of gone wrong on this section there. So I was gonna pin one across. Get some glue under both these sections. Let's move on to that one. Get this final one in. This one I'm going to come slightly at an angle. Just a little bit of water. And just clean up these excess glue. Okay, we'll leave that for 10 minutes and we'll come back. So it's moving to the next plank down. It's pretty much going to be a carbon copy of the first one, but this time we're going to kind of be working from 17 all the way up to bulkhead number 13. So same again. All my planks planks are tapered. Pop him pretty much where the joint closes. It's pretty much in line with the screw head, pin head, sorry. So I'm going to pop them on there. It's where we just start to see the gap appear. Just draw a pencil line again. Like we did before, just chamfer it in, and hopefully get it nice tight plank. Yeah, find that once it's held with the glue. Okay, so we just go up to line 2 bulkhead. Keep on my 13. I write 13 on there, so I know which one I'm going to. Mark this and cut it to length. Because the surface areas and a plank touching both sides, we can glue it down on both sides this time. Glue along this line. Glue along this one for now. Just push them along till we're in the middle of this bulkhead. Okay, so you can see we're going to twist this plank in. So we'll let it cure into this corner first, so then it's taken. So when we bend it, it'll still be good this end, and it'll force this end in. So the glue's had a good 10 minutes to dry this front edge, so when we bend that in now, this just pretty much stays where it needs to be, so we can get this glued up. Spread him open. And just run a bead of glue down these edges. Just going to get a clamp. Just to clamp these two planks together, so keep the joints nice and tight. I have to stand up for this section. Put another clamp on. Just because the angle's a little bit acute, I'll come in with a pin pusher. With a bit of water. Clean up these joints, ready for the next planks. Okay. Let that dry. And we'll come back. So I was going to make us way up now, wrapping these planks around until they join these four we added last week. So same again like I did before this section here. I've just got a little template. That's just obviously following this profile in this keel section. So then we can take us next plank, lay this template on top of it, line up these indication marks, and just draw a pencil line. Best you can. And then just follow this profile around. And then this needs tapering or chamfering like we've done with all the other sections. Just a little bit more chamfering. But yeah, quite happy with that. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to dry fit it first, just to make it easier to get this second. Excess off. Like I say, I'm going to go on the longer side of the line because we can always take a bit more off. Dry fit. It fits there, it just needs, let's come in, take it this way. Yeah, it just needs to chamfer a bit more off. agree, that's going to fit really nice. So we're going to start to butter up all these seams and bulkheads with glue. Can't really get anything into this end, but it still needs pressing down. It's got a little scrap of wood. I'll just taper it on the end. And just push him on there, force the plank down. Make sure I'm happy with its position. Force that plank down, and then I can just pin him. Pin him like that, and forces the plank down when the glue dries. So moving on to this next plank, yeah, pretty much already pre-cut it. I cut it exactly the same as I did the plank below, but it's just a little bit short, this one. And that's just going to fit into that section. Just get plenty of glue in. Let's get this bad boy in place. Need to go across a touch. Because that pin's a lot closer to the end than this one was. That's actually got it and held that in place. So I can just get me clamp on them sections. I've done 4. Let's take away the excess glue. Okay, same again, let it dry and move on. Just going to move on to the next plank. So we need plenty of glue on this section because we've got no bulkhead support under this one. But we've got like 3 gluing surfaces. So these are going to actually be fine, no worries about obviously breaking. And this glue, this wood glue, is grey glue, it's stronger than the wood itself. And like I say, just pretty much exactly as we did the previous planks, just following this profile of the keel, and then just getting this profile as the 2 planks meet. I think I've just got enough material to get a pin on this bulkhead. like I said before, we've got no bulkhead on this section, so I'm just going to, like I did before, I'm just going to get a piece of scrap. I'm just going to cut it at 45, so this can be pressed against the plank. And that's going to hold that in place. Squeeze them planks together. And just clean up the excess. So we're getting towards the last plank. This is going to be a plank, and I'm just going to have a little sliver plank. There's going to be a space there. So when you get towards these last sections, you can just feed the plank underneath. And you can just trace your profile, your cut you need, directly onto the plank. And you can just carve it out. So now I've got that one on. This profile into this far end. So I'm going to mark up where the top of this plank tapers down. I'm going to mark up across that one. And then like before, it's just a case of joining the lines. And then just chamfer it. If it don't quite fit, let's take a bit more of it. Just add in just a little bit more chamfering. This part now fits. Such a nice tight fit. We don't need any mechanical fixings for that. I'm just going to move on to this little filler piece, and somewhere along the line where you've cut all these ones, you can end up having this profile. So it's just a case of just offering them up, finding the piece that looks about right. Okay, so to gain that little test bit, we can glue this last piece in. Okay, so that's all the hull planked for this week's video. Okay, so that's pretty much all this section of planking done for today's video. I'll do this the starboard side at a later point, it's off camera. I kind of build this in two sections where I build it one side for YouTube and you guys, and I build the other side just for myself. So a lot of people probably just been watching this and thinking, you know, why are you trying to get it so precise, where this is all going to be obviously sprayed and made look like a battleship, and so hopefully you're not going to see these plankings when it's done. One of the reasons I'm really trying to take my time and trying to get it right every time is the ultimate goal in a few years time is I'd like to build a ship from scratch, completely from a scratch built itself like. So it's just a case of everything with this build and HMS Victory and other builds. It's all about just you know, trying to develop a really good skill set these kind of things. Like, so when you go on to build a scratch build, you've got everything ready to you know, to carry on and get a really good model. So yeah, so that's why I'm probably, you know what I mean, probably taking a little bit too much care and attention on planking this. So anyway, put this aside, bring all the superstructure parts down, and we'll make a start on that.